Hey, do you struggle with your knife skills? Well, don't worry, I got you covered. Here's a real easy way to dice an onion at home, because knife skills are not about speed. They're about organization and accuracy. Place your onion on your cutting board like this, and if you notice, on most people, your middle finger is the longest. So when you curl your fingers, that knuckle sticks out the most. This is what you use to grip whatever you're cutting, but then you use that knuckle that sticks out the furthest to guide your knife blade. So you're scrubbing the side of your blade on that knuckle. It tells you where your blade is at all times. But you're gonna slice your onion into the thickness of the final dice that you want. Then rotate it 90 degrees, and following the curvature of the onion, now we have diced our onion to whatever size that we want. And I've covered this one before, but it's called an oblique cut, where you hold your knife at an angle, you make a cut on your carrot, then you turn your carrot a quarter of a turn, hold your knife at that same angle, and you're cutting your carrot. It gives you these fun little pretty uniform sized chips. My other favorite thing to do with a carrot is thin slice it on a bias. Then neatly shingle your slices. This way, as you hold them, these slices will hold the ones in front of them down. Plus, as you practice and perfect your claw grip, you can integrate your pinky and your thumb to help hold stacks like this together. But then you get a nice julienne carrot. This is sometimes called a Chinese julienne because they're not all perfectly sized. Here's a way you're probably not cutting your zucchinis. You're gonna split it right down the middle, then you're gonna lay your zucchini half on its cut side, hold your knife at an angle, make a first cut, rotate your zucchini 90 degrees this way, knife at the same angle, make another cut, then you rotate your zucchini back the other way 90 degrees, knife at the same angle. Pro tip is you've now cut these large enough so you can roast them in a high oven with some oil, salt, and pepper, but place your cut side down against your baking tray and you'll get a nice caramelization golden brown color on here. But zucchinis are one of my favorite to demonstrate cutting on a bias because it's pretty common. You see people cut like this, then they'll cook these bite-sized pieces of zucchini. But you can also cut longer vegetables like this on a bias, where you hold your knife at an angle, and you can go as extreme of an angle as you want. But just by changing the angle of your knife, you now have created these much larger pieces out of the same vegetable. These are way easier to move around a grill, and you now eat this with a fork and knife, which will give you a different eating experience than those bite-sized pieces. But you can also improve and develop your knife skills just by thinking, like when appropriate, cutting up off of your cutting board. This not only gets you standing upright, and so you're not hunched over the board, but it'll keep your knife sharper longer because you don't have the friction of the cutting board. I always call this one the mom cut because I'm fairly certain that everyone's mom cut like this. But whenever you have a knife in your hand, treat it as an opportunity to get better because you will. And follow me if you're trying to get better with a knife. Hey, do your kids ask you questions about food?
Hey Dad, how do you cut a mango?
If you've never messed around with a mango before, this one's not super ripe, but sometimes you have to let your kids pick the unripe mangoes and figure it out for themselves. But you'll notice a mango has an oblong shape. There's a pit that lives inside of here that's about the same shape as the shape of the mango. If we hold our mango like this, the pit sits just like this. So the largest pieces that we can cut off are gonna be on this side and this side. So stand your mango up, just like holding it like this. And you're gonna be able to cut both sides off. And if you can see, I actually shaved right up next to this pit. Now it's really easy to tell because the flat mango pit sits just like this inside of this slab. So we're gonna set our mango slab right down on our cutting board and start about here. As soon as you get your knife in there, you'll be able to feel the pit, so you can actually roll your wrist right around the mango pit. Same thing for the other side. Insert your knife, you'll feel the pit against the edge of your knife, and roll your wrist right around the pit. Now we have these sections of clean mango and our pit encased in this mango flesh. This part of the mango can be really fun to gnaw on, but there are fibers in here that will stick in between your teeth. And then my favorite way to deal with these clean pieces of mango is just take a knife and score it without going through the skin. Turn it 90 degrees, score it in again. And now you can eat this mango right off of the skin. And follow me if you need to eat more fruit. Hey, here are a few different ways to cut cauliflower without it going all over the place. And the core is your friend here. So you're gonna shave just the smallest amount of it off. Then get rid of all these excess leaves. But always cut through the core. For the most part, the core is what's gonna hold everything together. And you can roast cauliflower whole just like this, season it up, 350 degrees, and you'll get this beautiful caramelized, really soft cauliflower. But you can roast these halves just like this, or you can cut it again, straight through the core, and you end up with wedges of cauliflower. You can also cut the half a head into thirds. And if you want to take these wedges even further down into florets, you cut this at an angle, remove this core piece, then all of the florets will come apart on their own. You can even take some of these bigger ones and you can cut them with a knife, or you just break them up with the best kitchen tools you have. Or if you have really picky kids like mine, you can hold the core end, then just shave the florets. But you can save these bigger chunks for yourself, but then you get these tiny little crumbles that you can fold into rice, you can fold these into a pasta, and hopefully your kids will never even know they're there. And cauliflower is a wonderfully versatile vegetable. We've covered a bunch of different ways to cut it. You can make it taste almost like anything you want. Happy cauliflower season!